Hello, everyone, and welcome to Day 5 of the NHL Stanley Cup Playoffs, Round 1. Games today, we have Game 3 between the Bruins and the Canes, Avs and Yotes, Bolts and Blue Jackets, and the Golden Knights versus the Chicago Blackhawks. Let's get right into it. Let's start off in the Eastern Conference with the Boston Bruins versus the Carolina Hurricanes. This is Game 3. The series is tied 1-1. Quick note, Tuukka Rask is no longer in the NHL bubble. He has opted out, and he's heading home to be with his family. From seeing what the Boston Bruins players and the organization has said, they fully support him, and I agree. You know, in these times, no one chooses to be in a pandemic, and family always comes first. So good on Boston, and good on him to really, it's a hard place that they're in, but they did really well here, I think, granting him that opportunity to go and be with his family. And it doesn't hurt that you have Jaroslav Halak, who can just jump right in and play for the team. On the Carolina Hurricanes side, James Reimer just played one of the games of his career, but they go back to Peter Mrazek for Game 3. And I'd like to say that both Halak and Mrazek had outstanding games. Mrazek had a .947 save percentage this game, and Halak had a .967. So both goalies played unbelievable. Let's get right into it. Another note in this game, Andrei Svechnikov, Carolina's probably best player so far in this series. He was injured in this game, and it looked awful. Got tangled up with Chara, and it looked like his right leg, I don't know, like that knee, ankle, everything. Ouch. So he got hurt in this game. That's not good for Carolina going forwards. Let's get into the game itself. First period, both goalies looked strong, a couple chances. They held their own, and it was 0-0 going into the second period. Boston got a power play, and in the second period, they're on the power play, and it's Charlie Coyle. He gets his second of the playoffs from Marchand and Krejci 14 seconds in to make it 1-0 Boston. It stayed that way until the third period when Carolina ends up on the power play, but it is Boston who capitalizes. And it's Sean Corelli. He's driving the net. Coyle gives a nice little feed to him, and it was just like, it just barely grazed Corelli in past Mrazek, 2-0 Boston. 5 minutes after that, Halak has a massive blunder. Boston's on the penalty kill. Halak has tons of time after he gets the puck after a dump in, and he just fires it. He goes to go like up the ice, not around the boards, and Niederreiter just catches it, drops it down, scores backhand in a wide open net, 2-1 Boston. But that's as close as Carolina could get. Halak, he was strong. Mrazek, of course, he was strong as well. Marchand ices it with an empty netter at 19:29. Boston wins 3-1 and takes a 2-1 series lead. The biggest thing out of this, Halak looks great. Other than that one blunder, he looks great. He's good to take over the reins for Rask. Mrazek played amazing as well, so they know Carolina has both Mrazek and Reimer to go to. I would probably go Mrazek again. Put him right back in for game number 4. But the big story is Svechnikov is injured, and I don't expect him to return for this series. So that's a big blow to the Carolina Hurricanes. Next game on the docket, we have the Arizona Coyotes versus the Colorado Avalanche. Game 3. Colorado's up 2-0 in the series. And this whole game, let's just call it the Darcy Kemper show. Arizona can thank Darcy Kemper for his amazing game, amazing play. I thought Kemper might have already given him that in Game 1, and Arizona floundered that one as they didn't give him any goal support. But Kemper outdid himself this game, and Arizona was able to get a few goals to help him along the way. So just before we get right into it, I just want to say Kemper faced 51 shots this game, made 49 saves. On the other end, we had Colorado. They had Francouz finally getting in net. He only faced 21 shots. But let's get into the actual game. First period, it's that Keller Hall step-on line, scoring at 6:29 of the first period to give Arizona a 1-0 lead. This line looked great. They looked great in Game 2. And again, they're right back at it in Game 3. They get rewarded. Step-on finally gets credit for a goal, and it's 1-0 Arizona after the first period. Second period we go, and it is Colorado getting on the board at 13-12. Burakovsky gets the puck at the top of the circle. There's lots of people in front of the net, and he fires a shot. It deflects off of someone. It goes in. It's 1-1. And then Arizona ends up, well, they just say, thank you, Darcy Kuemper, for playing so amazing, because the shots are like 30-something to 11. And at 19:26, Richardson scores, the oldest man on the Arizona Coyotes. He scores from Garland and Demers, and it's 2-1 Arizona going into the third period. Then in the third period, Darcy Kuemper just says, don't worry about it, boys. I got this. I'll make the needed saves. I can do it. And he does. He makes some amazing saves, keeps everything out, and Taylor Hall rewards him with an empty net goal at 18:40. Makes it 3-1. Arizona's celebrating. They know they have the game. But then 23 seconds later, it's Rantanen. He scores with the goalie pulled from Makar and McKinnon. This bounced off about 3 different players and gets past Kuemper. What a lucky goal, and it's 3-2. But no worries. Arizona holds on. 5 seconds left. Lawson Krause. The puck gets past Makar. Lawson Krause picks it up behind the Colorado net. Fakes like he's going to go behind the net. Comes back out front. Goal in the empty net. 4-2 Arizona. And the series is now 2-1 Colorado. All right, now we're heading back to Toronto for Tampa Bay, Columbus, Game 3. Now remember, the series is 1-1. Vasilevsky and Korpisalo are back in. Korpisalo had to double up the saves compared to Vasilevsky this game. So let's go talk about how it all went down. First period, it's Alex Killorn scoring. He gets the puck and he's on basically a 2-on-1. He does the pull back like he's going to go to his backhand and feed it across to Cirelli. Instead, I think this was a missed pass, but it ends up working. Korpisalo bites on the pass, and the puck actually goes towards the net instead. Korpisalo's not set. Killorn scores. It's 1-0 Tampa after the first. In the second period, it's Nashville getting on the board early at 1:49. Riley Nash picks up the puck. He's on his offside. He's coming down. He does have passing options, but instead he elects to shoot, and it is a great choice. He snipes over top of Vasilevsky's glove, and it's 1-1. It stays 1-1. Tampa Bay is obviously bringing it to Columbus. They brought it to them the majority of this game, and Braden Point finally gets rewarded. He scores his 4th of the playoffs, and basically kind of like a shot and some scramble in front of the net, and it pops out to Point. He puts it in basically a wide open net, and there you have it. It's 2-1 Tampa Bay. 4 minutes after that, this time it's an odd man rush. Tampa Bay has 3 guys coming in on 2. Foligno is slow going back, and he lets Hedman just sneak right by him. And basically what happens is Verhaeghe feeds Hedman, who's coming into the high slot, and it's like a rolling shot, scores over the blocker. Beautiful shot, beautiful head-up play by Hedman. Foligno missed coverage there, and that became costly. 3-1 Tampa going into the third. In the third period, Columbus comes out strong, just like they did in the second. A minute 37 in, it's Robinson finally scoring in the playoffs after some hard work. He gets the puck, just fires it in basically a gaping wide open net. He makes it 3-2. It's nice to see him finally score. He looked great in that Toronto series. Anyway, that's how it really ends. Tampa Bay is able to hold strong and take Game 3. So Tampa Bay is up 2-1. So they win this game 3-2. Vasilevsky only had to face 17 shots. Korpisalo, he faced 34. Columbus needs to get more shots on Vasilevsky. They're going in, but they need to get more rubber onto the net. Korpisalo played good again. Yeah, for the Korpisalo goals, yeah, he was out of play in that first one. He misplayed Killorn, but with Point and Hedman, really it was more defensive coverage by his team. Anyway, that's it, and Tampa Bay has a 2-1 series. All right, last game of the day, we have the Vegas Golden Knights versus the Chicago Blackhawks. The Knights are up 2-0. We have Marc-Andre Fleury making his, round one debut. He's in net, and he's going against Corey Crawford. Just to note, both Fleury and Crawford were spectacular this game. Both goalies played amazing. Both goalies were left out to dry plenty of times by their teams, and they made some key saves, keeping both their teams in it. So let's get into the game. Around 4 minutes into the game, Blackhawks are on the power play. Keith has the puck at the blue line. He goes to walk the line, misplays the puck, and Mark Stone strips him of it. Stone's heading up the boards. Keith goes towards Stone. The tracking forward also follows Stone. Stone with a nice soft little backhand into the middle. And who's there? It's William Karlsson with no Blackhawk there. Karlsson picks up the puck. He goes in. He drops his left shoulder. He's on the backhand, and he fires a bullet from the backhand, top corner over the blocker of Corey Crawford. Amazing shot. Nice little play by Stone, and it's 1-0 Golden Knights. Not the start the Blackhawks wanted. After that, really, other than a few spurts, Chicago had plenty of chances. Doc got stopped. I know DeBrincat, he got stopped 4 or 5 times in the first period. He had some point-blank chances. In one sequence, it was like a one-timer. It came back around. Kane fed him again, and Fleury just shut the door. Chicago looked great in that first period after giving that first goal up, but it stays 1-0 Golden Knights. In the second period, Chicago is right back at it, and it's DeBrincat again. This time he gets a breakaway. He goes to the backhand, but just misses. And again, they get plenty more chances. Around the 10-minute mark, the Golden Knights have a good series of chances. There's 3 or 4 chances in a row, but Crawford stayed solid. He made some good point-blank saves, keeping Chicago in it. And then Chicago just returned the favor, and it's DeBrincat again. He led the charge this game. He was just stymied all game. Just couldn't find the back of the net. And it stayed 1-0 until 15:23 of the second period. And I think it was Bulkfist maybe. He pinches, and it ends up being a 3-on-1, a very messy 3-on-1 for the Golden Knights. Tuck gets a shot off, and it's Brown who tucks in the wide open net rebound. Crawford made an amazing save on Tuck, but you're asking way too much of him to make that second save on Brown. If he did make that save, probably would have been hurt. They score, and it's 2-0 Golden Knights going into the third. In the third period, Chicago finally starts helping Crawford, and it's Olli Mata. Basically what happens is Chicago has the puck in their own end. It's Kane, they're on the right side. Kane feeds it into the middle to Kajula. Kajula fires it to Mata, who's driving down the left wing. There's no Golden Knight in sight, so Mata just has a clear break to the net. He fires, and somehow that puck gets through Marc-Andre Fleury. I don't know how Mata found a spot. It kind of looked like it literally just went through his arm. And Chicago finally gets on the board, gives Crawford some support, and it's 2-1 Golden Knights. Unfortunately for Chicago and Corey Crawford, that's all they could do. They could only get one goal from one goal. They could only get one goal. And it just squeaked through Marc-Andre Fleury. That's it. The Golden Knights hold on for a 2-1 win and a stranglehold on the series. They are now up 3-0. It's got to be miracle time for Chicago. They needed a game from Crawford. They needed him to steal them a game. He did all he could do, but Chicago just couldn't beat Fleury enough times. And there you have it. Golden Knights are up 3-0 in the series. And that concludes day 5. So we have the Golden Knights taking that 3-0 lead. Tampa Bay takes a much-needed Game 3 win to take a 2-1 series lead. Colorado is up 2-1 because Darcy Kemper played unreal. Probably the best goalie over the last 2 years, hands down. And then Boston also took a 2-1 series lead. Halak makes his playoff round 1 debut because Rask has gone home. So Boston's up 2-1 in that. Going on to day 6, we have Capitals Islanders. They got the early game, and the Islanders are up 2-0 in that series. Calgary Dallas. Calgary leads 2-1. Vegas Chicago is up for Game 4, so it could be a clean sweep. Robin Lehner's expected to be back in net. And you have Philadelphia Montreal. Philly looking for some retribution after that Montreal 5-0 win in Game 2. And then you have Vancouver, who's up 2-0 against St. Louis, looking to take a 3-0 lead. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.